Beautiful on the inside. Your innocence personified. Hey, babe. Huh? I was just doing a little bit of editing and, yeah, light singing, you know. Hey, are you okay? Eyes look a bit... Well, it looks like you've been crying? You have been. What's up? Hey, come here. Hey. Okay. It's okay to cry, okay? Don't worry about... Yeah, a wet patch on my shoulder is not going to... It's not going to kill me. Okay. Yeah, just let it out. Don't... No, you don't have to hold anything back. Really, you don't. Okay. That's okay, no rush. Just let it all out and you can tell me what's up. You don't have to apologize, just... Seriously, babe, don't worry about it. Okay. Alright. So... Well, where are you going? Hold my hands. Because it's comforting to... physical touch and all that. Okay. So, what's wrong? What's happened? I'm not gonna make fun of you. Why'd I make fun of you? Babe, when you come to me crying, I like telling jokes. I do. Like, winding each other up, making fun of you, all that kind of stuff, that's... 10% of the time I can be serious when it's important, when I have to be, and you in a pool of tears is pretty important. So... Well, I'll still quip a bit, but hopefully it's in the kind of have you crack a rueful smile sort of way. Or maybe I'll just, you know, remember why I'm not a comedian. No, it's because I couldn't keep up with the drugs. If you think I'm kidding. Anyway. You are far more important. What's up? No, I get it. Hey, like, okay, a few things. First of all, it's completely normal to feel like your life's not going the way you'd ideally dream it out. It's... Everyone feels that way. I mean, everybody. Really, everybody. Yeah, even Olympic athletes will feel this way sometimes. You know, or whoever Nobel Prize winning people, whoever you want to pick, everyone feels like they're not really, they wake up and think, what am I doing with my life? It's a very normal thing to question. And there may be some lucky people who are very, very secure in themselves, but I think most smart people have these kind of thoughts, and it's nothing to be ashamed of, or, like I say, it's something a lot of people think. And, well, I mean, not to do big societal rants, but yeah, it's no, I just mean the rant about 90% of jobs are pointless, da da da. It's not even that. It's, well, even if you do a career that's not, right? Like, let's say you're a doctor. Okay, you're a doctor. You have a meaningful job, right? You're saving lives. That's meaningful. It's also stressful as hell. Working really long shifts. If you make a mistake, the consequences could be horrendous. So there's some purpose in it, but there's also a lot of stress and difficulty, and it desensitizes you to death, hypothetically, or you're not going to last very long in that profession. My point merely being that the idea that you feel like, that your day-to-day life is not exerting as much meaningful effort into the world as you'd like, it's, in some ways, there's not that many things you can actually do that are really going to feel meaningful. Because, okay, here's the thing. You know, all of the highly achieving people in society, if we think of it that way, all the people with the fancy cars and lots of money and, all the publicity and all this kind of stuff, the idols, the celebrities, that sort of thing, they're not any happier. And you can look at all their fancy things, because society tells you to look at all their fancy things and care about all their fancy things, and ask a psychologist. People who win the lottery or whatever else, people who get richer, their happiness, reported happiness, doesn't actually increase over sustained time. When it initially happens, if they get rich very quickly and they enjoy all their new shiny new toys, sure. But, if you buy a new pair of shoes, buying a Lamborghini or whatever, it's all the same thing in the end. It's a short kind of, this new thing, I really like this new thing. And in a couple of days' time, it's just a thing. It's just there. So, and the poorest among us stress about finding a way to survive. Bracket up from that, you have people struggling to pay the bills and stressing about that. Bracket up from that, I promise you, the richest people you find, there's a reason that Biggie did the more money, more problems, right? The richest people you find will be just as stressed out over something. And you might sit here and think, that's nothing to be stressed out, they're so lucky. And in some ways, you're not wrong. But at the end of the day, that's ultimately how they feel, because, it just is. Some problems are more important than others, some problems are bigger than others, sure, but the problem you have right now, someone out there would say that's not a real problem. My problem's a real problem. And I'm not saying what you feel is invalid. I'm just, of course it's not invalid. You want meaning in your life, you want purpose, which is good. But don't be fooled into thinking you're going to find it in things. You're going to find it in amazing people like me, and only me, for I am the only amazing person who actually exists. Well, I did say I was going to try and get a smile out of you one way or another. I mean, even that, right? Before you met me, it was a source of unhappiness, being lonely, right? Now you meet me, and for a while it's a big positive change, but at some point that wears off. I'm not gonna take it personally. It's not because you don't like me anymore, I hope. It's just that people return to that average happiness. So really, I suppose we should think about how to be happier in general. And God, I feel like one of these cliche, I'm gonna start throwing out the Instagram quotes, you know, meaning is in the little things or something like that, you know. Family is the most important thing. Okay, I shouldn't say that mockingly, because there's a solid argument that that's true, or at least maybe not all family, but your chosen loved ones, maybe something like that. I don't know. Rambling away, by name by nature, rambling, haha. The point is, babe, that feeling a bit rough about life and looking at someone who has more than you and feeling envious, it's all very normal. And so the only reason I point all this stuff out is to basically say, hey, like, I couldn't give you, but someone could give you every material thing you want. The power to buy anything you want. And for a while, yeah, it'll make you happy. But at some point, things stop doing anything. A shinier watch, faster car, a bigger box to live in. At some point, you just don't care anymore. I sometimes wonder if that's why all those celebrities end up getting into spirituality and all this kind of stuff, because they realize that the path they went down, which was all about material goods, didn't lead them anywhere. It just kind of ends. And so the problem you're feeling, right? In the end of the day, the kind of that sort of achievement, it's a bit hollow. Just sort of ends. I'm not saying don't feel good about something you saved up to buy or something like that, because you saved up for it and it'll feel better that way and all that kind of stuff. Don't deny yourself the pleasure of it, but don't overhype what that pleasure is going to be either. Well, yes, I am your life coach. Thank you for confirming that for me. Anyway. Hey, also, I'm glad you felt you could share this with me. I appreciate that's not necessarily easy, and that you were worried I might, I don't know, reject your fears or tell you that you're being stupid or something like that. Hey, I didn't say you're being stupid. I didn't. I'm just saying, all I was trying to do is I was rationalizing in terms of, you know, everyone gets like this and everyone falls into these traps once in a while. It's normal, it happens to me, it happens to everyone else, you know. And it's okay to get upset that you feel things aren't going the way you want. I guess my main thing is just wanting to make sure that it's not, that you point it in a good direction, you know? If you want to search for something meaningful, cool, awesome. I mean, I hope our relationship is meaningful. I certainly feel it is. He says and waits nervously for confirmation. Okay, so, yeah. So that's something meaningful in your life, right? And I am planning to be with you for a long, unbearably long period of your life. which one day you shall resent massively. Now, you'll hopefully treasure as the, emotional bond grows deeper, and while moments like this, when we can be here for each other, when we're struggling, pick each other back up, and just point each other in the right direction, because on these days, this will be reversed. And I guess I can only comfort you in the way that I comfort myself, in a sense, or the sort of things I would say to myself. And the sort of thing I'd say to myself here is, try not to get caught up in the material rat race element of it, because, you could get everything you wanted and you'd still not end up significantly happier. Your meaning is in another castle. Anyway, how about I cancel my extensive evening's plans and we can share a tub of ice cream and watch a good film? Well, it's my idea and it's wonderful, so we're doing it, goddammit. Now, come on, it'll be fun. We haven't watched a movie together in quite a while. Well, if we're going to do talks about what's meaningful, Good Will Hunting would be an interesting one. Also, that had a nice message, ultimately. It's got one of my absolute favourite scene transitions in movies. The one where he's at this job interview and he's kind of going through society as a whole, and it very quietly transitions out of that job interview into a different scene, and you almost don't notice it for a while. I mean, the first time I watched the film, I didn't actually notice that the scene had changed. It's, because I wasn't paying that much attention. It's just a really, really cool transition. Would you like to hear me nerd out about transitions more, or is that just going to make you cry again? Hey, nerding about a transition, you'd be surprised. Some people, floods of tears, just... Or violent screaming, abuse, that sort of thing. That's also a very common response. Hey. Here. Come here, hugs. Come on. Okay. Me feeling a little better? Or worse. I sometimes have that effect on people. Better? Okay, good. Okay. Maybe sounds good. Okay. Well, your allotted hugging time is over, I'm afraid. Well, I'll give you some more rations for this evening. You can cuddle me during the film. But mainly, I'm going to open up the film as a possibility. I need to finish the work I was doing. I gotta get this edited tonight. The Patreons need their video, even if they would argue differently, because they would say, look after your mental health. I appreciate it, but I want to get the video out, I am a working sort. I always feel bad when I'm not meeting any working responsibilities I deem myself to have, so I'll finish that, get the video ready, and then we can go watch our film, okay? Okay, hey. Come here a second. Thanks again for sharing it with me, okay? Every time you feel in that type of way, I'll always be there if you want to talk. Okay. Alright. Back to work for me, I'm afraid. You just took up my mandatory or No, it's not manager. That's not the right word. What is it? I was going to try and say you took up my union break time, but I've ruined the joke now. Yeah, that's true. That joke might have been ruined before it started, but yeah. Well, before I make any more jokes, away with you. Okay, you can find out which streaming site has the movie. Okay. Bye. Oh yeah. You are run away. What a tune.